Okay, now let's go over noise. Noise is pretty powerful. You can use it to make quite a few actual textures without UV mapping stuff. When we click on noise, we'll get all the options here, and there are actually quite a few options available in noise. And there's actually quite a few different noises also. We bring up our little sphere here. So, basic noise, we can change the colors of the noise that we have. Also bring up the enhanced color table. We can change the scale so we can size it down and have a lot finer noise. And if we would like to actually see what that looks like, again, right click, go to huge. And if we bump up the scale, we can see a lot better what it actually looks like here in the preview. So there's quite a few options available. So there's quite a few different things you can do with that. And also you can adjust the octave just like in the gradients. So you got quite a few options here. Just also you can animate it. You have a fire texture. And it only animates again if we bump up. Nope, that's not it. Oops. Alright. Undo that. Here we go. Animation speed. And bump that up again. Oh, we must have changed it. Oh, wow. Okay, so you can get some crazy stuff there. But there's a lot of options available. Just like the gradients. Brightness, contrasted. So let's go over something a little different now. If we just click on this in general. Oh wait, that's the noise. Clear that. Click on this, or if we go to load image, which if you just click on this, it'll immediately ask you for an image. Just bring up my table here. Alright, right now I brought up my table texture that I'm actually using on something. And because the way it's UV map, there it is, just slapped it on there. And if we actually, I want to explain that images, when they're mapped, when you're UV mapping, up the top upper left hand corner is 0. Let's go ahead and go into that. So if we go to our sphere, make it edible. We look at here, this upper left hand corner is 0, and this is 1 in both the U direction and the V direction. So if this is 0 to 1, this is 0 to 1. So we're dealing with a square in essence. So if your image is anything, your image is anything other than a square, it can work, but that's depending on how you map it. If you have a rectangle, then you map a rectangular image of the same size, and that's probably fine. I use that a lot with image planes. Notice also all these options are down here. If you'd like to access from down there, but we're using this. Kind of makes it a little easier. You just click on these. If you go into something, you can just click, and there it is. And also notice that you can actually select a certain layer set from your Photoshop file. You're dealing with Photoshop, certain folders and all that. So that's very helpful. Like maybe if you have one for alpha and one for your bump and your reflection or transparency or anything else. No. Okay. So let's actually let's talk about layer now. What layer does actually separates things out and actually gives you layers to mess with. So maybe we want that wood a little bit darker, but we don't want to make a whole new image just for that piece of wood. Go to shader and add color. Notice we can move these around if we'd like to. Okay, let's duplicate. So I'm not sure why if you drag up, notice it adds that little positive symbol next to the cursor. It makes a copy. Maybe that's because I had the control key pressed. Okay, let's change this color. Maybe we want the wood just a little bit more red. We can change this to any different colors we would like. Overlay, and of course we can bring that way down. So we can change, just have the options of layers here. If we want to put noise on top of that, and multiply that, and we can do that. And so there are a lot of options available. Oh, let's get our background in here again, just so it's up against something. There we go. Alright, let's go back to color. Just clear this, and once again, there are a lot of different things you can mess with. There's a bunch of different effects they have. There's a bunch of different surfaces, like cyclone. And this is actually, again, something that animates. You can change the frequency and see how everything works out. Spinning in the different direction depending on what hemisphere you're in. Fire. I think it's again something you can animate. So lots of different things available here. So if we render it, move it a little bit, we can see that it's in a different location because it's actually animating. So you got quite a few options there. So if you mess with that, you can probably get some pretty good effects. If you're looking for an animated texture, and again, animated in here, see what it looks like. And now I guess let's go ahead and go over. Luminance. With most of these things, I'm probably going to use a tile background just to show you in general what things happen. Luminance actually literally adds luminance to your object. Your object will glow if you use global illumination, or if you, I guess, in conjunction with caustics. I think global illumination is actually what makes this work, but I do not have that, so I cannot show that to you. If maybe if you're interested and have money and I'd like me to teach you that, maybe if you bought the program, that would be really sweet. Okay. Otherwise, here it is, and let's go ahead and load a preset. I probably didn't cover that, but if you let's go ahead and make tiles. So if we go to surfaces, pretty far down here, I know you can't see it. Go to tiles, click on tiles, and change all these things. But right now we're just going to make the ground width 0 and the bevel width 0, and we're going to just change these two colors here. Let's leave it down with white and gray. Okay. So notice we get a pretty funny effect there under the luminance, and if we go to, you can save a preset and it'll ask you, oh no, actually it won't ask you, it'll just give it that name. So now I got two of them. I've got one that I made earlier, which is just the global scale is turned way down on that, and here the global scale is pretty large. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll delete that eventually. Not sure how you remove presets here. Not yet. Of course, you can only see I only have two, so you can probably get rid of that. I'll probably get rid of that later. For right now, it's simple enough. Luminance just adds color. You can turn it down and get no luminance. Okay, I'm seeing something else here. What am I seeing? I guess it's kind of difficult to use that in conjunction with white. Let's change our color here. There we go. I think that seems to be a little bit easier to see. Notice it's just where the white is. If we actually change this to black, you'd have no luminance on those parts that are red. So notice this is all white. The